It's not, like, totally even, but it's close.
It's like us. A little crooked.
We're not totally straight.
Hey!
Hi, BookTube. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Rebecca.
And today, we've got 52 questions.
I always start dancing like you're going to start singing because you always
so
we have 52 Bookish questions. This is what I expect.
It's Sarah and Rebecca.
Oh my god.
52 questions.
No. I regret everything. Yes, this is the 52 Nifty Bookish questions. It was created originally by Stripped Cover Lit, and we were tagged by Kathy.
It's really hard to say stripped cover lit without, like, accidentally saying something naughty. Her husband's peeking at her.
Oh, hi, sweetie. Bye. You can hang out if you want. Just don't say anything. Silent! Yeah, 52 Nifty Bookish questions. Kathy tagged us, right?
Yeah, Kathy tagged us at Kathy Trithart. On that note, let's get right to it because we've got 52 questions.
We're gonna try to, like, rapid fire some of these.
We're gonna go as quickly as we can because, god damn it, 52. Whose idea?
We're gonna ramble about all these. Okay, question 1. What book are you reading right now?
Darker Shades of Magic, V. Schwab.
I'm reading The Wicker King by A.K. and Crumb. I don't know.
And Crumb.
And Crumb, yes. What was the last thing you highlighted?
Oh, my real estate book.
Thrilling!
I'm taking a real estate class, that's the answer.
I don't really write in books, so I don't really know.
I did underline for 5th season.
Nice.
Next question.
Question 3. What do you plan to read next?
Good Omens by Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett.
Okay. I think I'm going to try to do We Set the Dark on Fire.
Oh, good choice.
Nice. Question 4. One fiction writer, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink.
Grab a drink.
Living or dead. Mary Shelley.
Oh, fuck yeah. She's so weird. Maybe Daphne.
Ooh, Daphne
and Mary. I could pick Daphne, you could pick Mary.
And we'll all four have a drink.
Yeah.
I love this. Okay, one non-fiction writer, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink.
Non-fiction?
Yeah. Can I pick Michelle Obama?
Sure. Why
Nice. Not? Okay.
That's a good choice.
Question 6. One poet, living or dead, with which I would like to grab a drink. I'll leave that to you, because I don't really read poetry.
Robert Frost.
Robert Frost. One booktuber, with which I would like to grab a drink.
We've had drinks with booktubers.
We have at Book Knit Fest. So any of those ladies, the Spinebreakers said us for this answer.
Oh.
And they're also heavy drinkers.
So people we haven't already had drinks with, I would love to sit down and just have, like, beers. Like, we could drink beer and they could drink wine.
We'll switch it up because they always drink beer.
We'll, like, give them teacups and we could have 2 big foamy beers.
I would also say Jessica and Christina from Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah.
And I would also say recently She Wants Addiction is a new channel that started following us, and she's so funny. She does, like, drunk book reviews. Please watch She Wants Addiction, which is, like, the greatest name ever. Question 8. Emily Dickinson or Edgar Allan Poe?
Oh, Edgar Allan Poe. I like Emily Dickinson, but, like, Edgar Allan Poe.
Okay. Hemingway or Fitzgerald?
Oh, Fitzgerald.
I don't like it either. Jane Austen or Charles Dickens? Jane Austen. Harris or Hitchens? I don't know who the fuck they are.
Oh, what? Harris?
Harris or Hitchens?
Neither.
Neither. Stephen King or Michael Crichton?
I guess Michael Crichton, right? Because Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I never read any of his books, but Stephen King did it. And Bret Easton Ellis or Chuck Palahniuk?
Probably Chuck Palahniuk.
Kurt Vonnegut or John Green? I guess John Green. I don't really read, like, literary men.
Oh, I would do
that much. You'd go.
I would go Vonnegut.
Yeah.
Slaughterhouse 5. Like, come on, there's some good stuff.
I don't care about Slaughterhouse.
All right.
Slaughterhouse 5. Shakespeare's poems or plays?
Oh,
plays,
right?
Plays. His comedy.
He has some funny poems, though. He has, like, but he also has some, like, sappy love ones.
Adrian Fort or Dalton Gentry? I don't know who the fuck they are.
Neither.
Cormac McCarthy or J.K. Rowling?
Oh.
J.K. Rowling, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't have any interest in reading Cormac McCarthy.
No, yeah, me neither.
Hannibal Lecter or Voldemort? Hannibal Lecter is my answer.
Well,
that guy's way more evil.
He is more evil. I guess I'm unclear about
they're both pretty evil.
What are we choosing here?
I don't know. Like, who do I want to kill? I don't know. Both?
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
T.C. Boyle or George Saunders? I don't know who they are. Good writing or good story? Everyone that I've seen for this says both, but you know what? Good story. I
would choose good story.
I could get past, like, mediocre or bad writing if the story's good.
I enjoy a story when, like, someone's telling it to me. You know, like, it's just...
That's a really good point. Yeah.
And, like, most people, not great storytellers.
It's true. YA or children's lit?
YA.
YA, I guess, but I read some children's lit. Irony or humor? Which is funny because, like, irony often is
It could be, depending. Dramatic irony would not necessarily be humorous.
Yeah. Probably humor.
I'm gonna go irony.
I think we're gonna disagree about a lot of the next ones.
That's
Sci-fi or horror? I would say horror.
Sci-fi.
Fantasy or nonfiction? Fantasy.
Fantasy.
Yeah. Rather find a new favorite contemporary writer or a new favorite old-time great? I would say a new favorite contemporary writer.
If I found someone who, like, do they mean contemporary as in writing now?
Yeah.
Or do they mean someone writing contemporary fiction?
I think contemporary is in, like, writing now.
Oh, okay, then now.
Yeah, right? Sonnet or haiku?
Haiku.
Haiku. Why did you say it like that? Haiku.
Sonnet. I'll be honest, I don't like haikus.
I agree.
I mean, I think there's a place for them, but most people who write them, kind of dumb. Not the people, the haikus.
I'm probably going to say these wrong. Sestina or Villanelle?
That's how I would say that too, and I don't know.
I don't know what they're talking about. Spend the evening at a library or a bookstore?
Library.
I would say bookstore, I think.
Really?
I love libraries.
Okay,
I don't know, it depends on
like
the bookstore.
An independent bookstore that maybe had like a little coffee shop inside.
Yeah, like that bar bookstore that I went to in Providence recently.
Different. That's the bar element. But like library fed, like a late night library.
Oh,
also, my library growing up had a cafe in it.
Ooh.
Like a little one. It was called Cup and Chaucer.
That's so cute.
It was great. They just had like basic coffees, but that was enough.
Alright, 29. Magazine or Wikipedia article?
I guess Wikipedia article, just based on what I read more.
Yeah. Dictionary or encyclopedia?
Encyclopedia. I love an encyclopedia.
Ever. The writer I would like to write my biography. Shit, that's good. I like need a second.
What if like you wrote my biography? I would love it if you.
I would love if Sarah wrote my biography.
Like we just wrote each other's.
Oh my god, that'd be great!
And we could put it together in like a duology. The T-Hag duology.
Oh, this is so good! It's perfect.
Okay.
I do or do not highlight in my books. I don't highlight, I don't think.
I underline sometimes, but I'm so like iffy about permanent things. I find highlighter to be kind of ugly, so I don't. But sometimes I'll underline.
The next one is I do or do not write in my books.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I sometimes do. I want to try to get into that more. 34. Earliest memory of a library.
I was well under 5, like, for sure. I was really young, because my mom brought me there all the time.
I just remember, like, just in general, the Ocean County Library, which is the one in my hometown, and I just distinctly remember the spiral staircase that went upstairs.
Oh. See, I moved around at several points during my childhood, so I can kind of remember, I could remember how early based on which library it was, and I know I lived in a certain town, like, when I was, like, 6, and that was a good library. I remember distinctly my mother and I racking up like late fines until we started going to a neighboring library. And you know, we were very organized people. But even before that, I remember going to the Hartford Library.
35. Last time you went to the library? I think it was with you, honestly. I haven't been super recently.
I went a couple weeks ago, actually. Yeah. That was pretty recent for me. I don't go that often.
Have you ever stolen/accidentally stolen books from the library? I don't think I have.
I've accidentally stolen a book.
I would have been young if I did.
I think I like brought one to California accidentally.
Oh no!
It was like the books that I was taking out weren't. No one was waiting in line for those books. They were like weird stuff. But.
37 ballpark. How many books do you own? I would say 350-ish.
I would guess 250 to 300, maybe over 300, because I was trying to think of my bookshelves, but I have other stuff spread throughout the house, like my art books here.
Yeah, you do. 38. How many books do you think would make for a reasonable personal library? Just however many you want, right?
I love people who have like thousands of books. I think
thousands
of
books if you only want to have 5 books, whatever you want to do.
Yeah, if honestly, the only number that I don't like is 0.
Yeah.
If you have 0 books in your house, I'm kind of like.
Yeah.
Not even like 1, like a childhood
like no books.
Something.
Yeah, I agree. More than 0.
Yeah.
So there's Sense and Sensibilities and Sea Monsters, Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies, etc. How do you feel about the phenomenon? I wouldn't call it a phenomenon, honestly.
Yeah, I think it was a small fad.
Yeah, it was a little fad. I heard they weren't great, although the movie, Pride, Prejudice, and
Zombies... Oh, that was
a
fun movie.
So fun.
Although, I think we had an estimated 5 wines each.
Yeah.
So it was a lot.
Here's what I recommend. Rent an expensive ball gown, put it on, get drunk, and watch it. We got dressed up with our friend Lisa, who I miss so much. We were in LA. By the way, walking through like a Los Angeles mall in a ball gown, people do
I mean, it's LA, but like...
But it was so great. We were in like high quality like dresses because I think Lisa was renting.
We did rent the runway. Yeah, we rented like designer gowns.
Oh, that was so fun. We gotta do some shit like that again. We dressed up for Love, Simon too. I want to dress up for a movie.
I want to dress up for more movies.
Horror trope you would like to see get more love. I would also like to see like more slightly uplifting or hopeful endings.
Oh,
in horror. I actually really like that.
There's a lot of like I think. You see it, you know, Americans like to adapt, like, Japanese horror, and you see that a lot, they change the endings, and that feels very American, like, if it's not horror, if everyone doesn't die or something.
Yes!
And, I agree with you, I would enjoy...
I don't think everyone has to die. I don't even think anyone has to die for horror to be successful horror.
No.
Yeah. Something you think gets underutilized in sci-fi.
I really like sci-fi that feels like it's current, not necessarily futuristic. I think for the Annihilation series, the Southern Reach series is a good example of where that doesn't necessarily take place in the future. It takes place in like an alternate now, where there's just an event, and it's how would we handle something.
I like that.
In our present. There's a lot of good speculative science fiction where it's like, what would happen if... But what would happen now?
42. Flash fiction, form of and format of literature, or it's just a short story, dummy. Which I don't understand this question.
So, say
what's flash fiction? Form of and format of literature, or it's just a short story.
What is a literature format?
I have no idea.
What is the... I thought flash fiction was when you wrote something in one setting or something, but I could be wrong.
I have no idea. 43.
I don't totally understand.
If you could own one book from all of history, what would it be?
Like a historical book?
Just any book that's ever been written, ever.
I think maybe something that like has been adapted and changed.
I was going to say translated
maybe, like,
a lot, right? Like the Bible.
Folklore. I don't care.
Not the Bible, but like something like the Bible.
I was going to say like old folklore.
That's great, yeah.
But the interesting thing about folklore is always that it was originally spoken.
True.
So it's like you don't even know what the original version.
Down, yeah.
But I don't know a good answer for that, but I would say something really old that's been adapted and changed over time.
I'm going to say The Book of the Dead from The Mummy. Question 44, audiobooks, the same as reading? I will say audiobooks count as reading, but it's different. Like, it's a different experience.
If they're asking, like, do books you listen to count? Yeah.
Of course.
Fuck people who say they don't.
Yeah.
Is it the same experience? No. And I'm specific about books that I like to read physically versus listen to, and I think there are huge advantages to both.
Oh, for sure. But you're definitely still, like, taking in the story and everything. That's all the same.
There's some, like, science fiction or heavier fantasy that I like to, if I do like to underline it or put tabs or reference something back. Weird names that I want to see, or a lot of characters. I've read fantasy with 1 million characters, and if that's an audiobook, I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I like that point. I like to go back sometimes. I feel like with thrillers, I like that sometimes you're like, oh, wait a minute, this scene back here, did it give me a hint? And you can flip back to it.
So that's an advantage of physical books. Audiobooks help me get through dense language.
Yes.
And they help me visualize the
yeah, I'd say audiobooks that have a lot of words and stuff that aren't English. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say, like, things heavily influenced, it's not English.
So a lot of language. So, okay, so I just did Sisters of the Winter Wood.
Yes.
Which has a lot of Hebrew.
Oh, Hebrew.
Bear and the Nightingale has Russian.
Right.
Sisters of the Winter Wood has Hebrew. And Hebrew names, and there was even a preface by the narrator, and it was significant to both the writer and the narrator, this history and the language. So it was great to listen to. And she had all the pronunciation, like things that I would never
you would never have known.
And it added to the world.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I wouldn't have known what that meant either way, so I'd rather hear it.
Yeah, I would say books written in verse, too.
Ooh,
hearing the audio book for that.
So good.
Yes, and like getting the cadence of what, because usually the author reads it, I found. Question 45, most literary songwriter of your lifetime.
Literary is in, like, they reference literature?
Right? Or is it like their lyrics are...
are very literary. I'll just reference some people I know who reference books. Rob Zombie, Led Zeppelin.
I like the idea of the most literary songwriter of your lifetime is Rob Zombie. I like that
Not the most. I can only think.
I mean, I fucking love Rob Zombie.
He did a whole song in the Clockwork Orange language.
That's it. He did?
That's it. Yeah.
Oh. What's it called?
Never Gonna Stop.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. Oh,
no, you're right.
No. Yeah, it's
shit. I think because I read A Clockwork Orange so long ago, and Nadsat to me, like, if I hear words, I'm like, oh yeah, I know what that means. That's really funny. I didn't even notice
to it
that.
Again.
Alright, so our answer for that is Rob Zombie. Sorry. He wrote a song in Nadsat? Fuck you. No other. 46. What writer embarrasses you the most because you haven't read them? I would say I don't normally get embarrassed, but I would say I haven't read Roxane Gay yet, and I'm pretty disappointed in myself for that one. I'm not embarrassed, but I should have read Roxane Gay by now. 47. What writer embarrasses you because you've read too much from them? I don't have an answer for this one. I'm not embarrassed by...
Okay, that's fair. I was gonna say I think I've read Harry Potter too many times. Like, if I never read it again, that's probably fine. I probably will read it again.
Okay.
But I've read it,
I plan on rereading Harry Potter at some point. It's a big part of, like, who you became, and that's okay.
Maybe, like, some romance author.
Some authors that you're like, I shouldn't have read all those books.
Well,
the amount of erotica I get recommended on my Kindle now because of our goddamn podcast,
it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't feel like, I'll own it. I don't really feel embarrassment.
Yeah. Question 48. What is a biography you're looking forward to reading?
Daphne du Maurier's.
Yeah.
Mandalay Forever is what it's called.
Does a memoir count?
Sure, why not?
I got Mara Wilson's recently, and I really am looking forward to reading that.
That sounds good.
Yeah. Question 49. Do you have a dream reading cubby?
Oh, like a reading closet or something?
Oh.
Like a reading area?
A dream reading cubby.
So, like, what's your ideal reading space? I'll be honest, for some reason, I always picture my dream house having, like, finished attics when there's a peaked roof. And it could have, like, skylights in it. So maybe it's very short and you're, like, on the ground, but you're, like, very near the roof and you could see out to the stars or something. Something...
That sounds nice.
That's a big concept that comes to mind.
I would say, like a windowsill, like a cushioned big windowsill. So
that's
like
woodworking videos I've watched. How to make one.
That would be great.
Someday I'll build all of the benches and bookshelves.
Alright, question 50. Last literary phenomenon that really got your gears grinding.
It's a tough one. Next. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not super... My gears are not
we're not... Question 51. What was the last piece of literature that changed the way you read?
Changed the way I read? I have trouble concentrating. And I'm a very slow reader. So I occasionally go back to a speed reading book I have.
Okay.
And that does technically change the way I read. I don't know if that's too obvious of an answer, but I have a speed reading book with practice exercises that I go back to because I can't.
Well, that counts. Question 52. What booktuber have you been watching the most recently?
I've been watching random, it's a variety because I don't watch as much as you do, so it ends up being kind of like I don't catch up on any one person. I watch a variety. I would say there's a couple people that I do tend to catch up on, like Kathy's and Priscilla's.
Yeah. I would say, like, our BookNet Fest friends, I always make sure that I watch their videos.
I don't think I watch all of them.
Yeah.
Just because I don't
watch
watch
a lot of them. But I understand. Aside from them, I feel like I tend to watch Murphy a lot. That was 52 Nifty Bookish questions.
That was it?
That was it!
We did it in
that ended up being shorter than our
time than our
sequels on TBR.
In our 10-day TBR.
Alright, so those are 52 Nifty Bookish questions. Do we want to tag anyone? I feel like, no, if you want to do it, It was fun. Yeah, try to rapid fire it like we did.
I was going to say if I had taken more time, I don't think I would have enjoyed this one.
Yeah.
It's a rapid fire kind of... Bye!